What is up, guys? Welcome back to another anime news bit. I'm going to get you guys fully caught up on the anime news of the day. We have some good news and some bad news. We have Monogatari series is teasing a new announcement on their website. Crunchyroll is increasing the subscription costs. It's finally coming. Quintessential Quintuplets is getting a new project. Arknights is getting a new anime, which is super exciting. High School DxD is announcing an announcement, which could be a good announcement. And No Game No Life is not doing too well right now. But if you're interested in any of this news, definitely stay tuned. Let's get the really negative stuff out of the way. Yes, Crunchyroll has announced that they are increasing their subscription costs of the Mega Plan and Ultra Fan tiers, not the regular standard tier. But yes, despite the fact that a little while ago, when we had that whole misinformation spreading about them increasing it for Funimation people that brought over to Crunchyroll, even though they said back then, hey, we can't say anything about that, which I understand. When whoever they're asking about that whole kerfuffle, that person's not going to know they're planning on increasing their prices. They were just clearing up the negativity and the misinformation around that, which is, yes, was Funimation people that were on the yearly tier. They were being grandfathered into that price into Crunchyroll on the Mega Fan plan. And so once that went away, they went to the normal Mega Fan plan tier, which is that costly. So it's not that the prices themselves were increasing, it's just that that one person, their price was going up. But yes, at the time, they got some clarification that no, we don't have any plans right now, but that never says that it's never going to happen. They probably already had it planned to come out. So yes, now is the case. But yes, in the US, Argentina, Colombia, France, Portugal, and other select countries, the price of the Mega Fan and the Ultimate Fan is going up. The Mega Fan is going from $9.99 to $11.99 a month. I'm not sure exactly what yes, both the annual and the regular are going to be going up, the monthly and the annual. Ultimate Fan is going from $14.99 to $15.99. So there you go. And like I said, the regular fan is going to stay at $7.99. So that's not going up. So it's just the higher tier packages, that stuff's going up. I don't know why. I guess they're just trying to bank in on those that are like the big fans. But yes, technically there is specific perks for those two plans that's not in the regular fan. That's probably the reason why it's going up. I couldn't say for sure. They're not going to say why the price is going up. I would assume that some cases they can if it's like a shipping issue or something like that. If one of those plans has some sort of shipping thing. But still, either way, the prices are going up. So if you do have those plans, I think it'll be the same. It's obviously going to be the same cost that you've already paid until it ends, at which point you're going to have to go up. I've already had a couple folks send me some DMs saying, hey, look, I got an email for this. And it basically says that once the period's over, you're going to go up on your next charge of the annual plan. And yes, it's the case for the monthly as well. So that is what it is. I didn't get an email because I just got a regular fan. I'm just a regular fan. I don't need all those extra perks, but it is what it is. But additionally, ANN has reported that they also are decreasing the trial period from 14 days down to 7 days of free viewing. So apparently they're changing that as well. It's been 14 for, gosh, it feels like forever, but it looks like that's finally shifting as well. They're kind of seemingly cutting some corners and condensing it down so that way you have less free and less cheap and more cost, which is unfortunately kind of the thing across the entire spectrum. Everything right now is going up. So unfortunately, it was inevitability. We had High Dive here recently. They're going up on their subscription costs, which I think I reported last time we did a news bit. So fortunately for regular fans, it seems like that's not happening yet. You can expect it in the future probably as well, but for now it's $7.99. So that's that. So let's get into the positive news. Let's get out of there to the positive news. Arknights. Finally, Arknights, their official Twitter account has revealed that the series is getting a new TV anime series. It's in production. It's starting. I was a little bit bummed that last December when the last season stopped, I was hoping for another announcement because the previous season kind of ended with an announcement. So I was hoping they'd do the same thing. They made us wait another 5 months before they finally said something. So I'm happy. It's called Arknights Rise from Ember. And I am totally going to be here. I'm super hyped for it. I loved covering the previous 2 seasons. The fans were fantastic. I love the support for it. It was just a lot of fun going through the story that they've known for forever that I'm finally going through for the first time. But yes, they released a new teaser and a visual for it. So cannot wait. More Arknights. Super into it. Our next bit of news, yes, for Quintessential Quintuplets fans, the 5th anniversary event announced that the series is getting a new anime. Negi Haruba is going to be drafting an original story concept for it and supervising all aspects of the anime itself. So it looks like they're going to be very much so involved with the actual project, so that's a good thing. The story recounts the honeymoon trip And I'm not going to say anything more than that. Just call it the honeymoon trip. I don't want to get into spoilers or anything like that. They also announced a new light novel series that Haruba is going to also be drafting as well, but Hajime Asano is going to be penning it. So the novel follows the daily lives of the quintuplets, not covered in the manga. So 2 new projects coming out for it. So fans of the series, super cool stuff there. I really enjoyed the series, enjoyed the movie. So I'll be interested to see what else they come out with. Now, for high school DxD fans, yes, the official Twitter account made 2 announcements. One is that Junior High School DxD is going to serialize in Kakuriyo starting tomorrow. And yes, their second announcement is an announcement of an announcement. I love how Japan loves announcing announcements. But yes, they said there's an announcement for fans tomorrow. So obviously, a lot of people are extremely excited for that next season. Like, hopefully this is the announcement for the next season, so keep an eye out for their official Twitter account tomorrow. If you don't know where the official Twitter account is, you can usually go to My Anime List or something like that and search for the show. And if you're on the anime page, they usually have a link to their Twitter account. You can follow it and make sure that whenever the announcement comes out for them, you get it. I don't put links in my description for this stuff because I tell where people to go, but I can't put the links because if it links to something naughty, YouTube can strike me, so I don't do it. Anyways, yes, additionally, the Monogatari series, even though we had 2 new series already announced after some teasing, we have another tease coming out. Yes, the official website for the Monogatari series has put a countdown with the letter Y. Of course, most people are speculating it's probably going to be Yoi Monogatari, which I'm not sure. I think that's later on in the novel series, so I'm not sure why they're jumping ahead. But maybe they're pre-announcing maybe a movie that will come way later. I don't know. But we'll probably get the full context of what it is once the announcement comes out. Again, it's going to be on Thursday in Japan, so literally later on tonight, I would assume, I think it is, or early tomorrow morning for us in the United States. But cool stuff there. Really excited for it. Keep giving it to me. If I can get every single thing Monogatari, I'm going to get it. I love this series. For fans of Kakuriyo Bed and Breakfast for Spirits TV series, it has been announced that this series is going to get a second season fall of 2025. So really good news there. It was announced on their official website for it. They released a new visual for it as well. So cool stuff for fans of that series. I don't even think I checked it out. I remember it coming out, but I think for some reason I just completely glossed over it. But would love to go back there and check out that series. For our next bit, big news. Yes, the official website for 2.5 dimensional Seduction TV anime has revealed that the series is going to run for 2 consecutive cours. That means for like a spring into a summer, like, you know, like about 24 episodes, 2 total seasons it's going to be running for. So really good news there. Yes, it's not quite my dress-up darling. Hopefully, eventually, we'll get that second season for that one. But for now, we can at least get 2.5 dimensional Seduction. The new PV they released for it doesn't look great. Like, it looks fine, but it doesn't look really polished or anything like that. So I think it's just going to be kind of a standard 7 out of 10 visually type of show. But hopefully, it has the visuals where the visuals counts, because obviously, we're going to be going there for certain reasons. But we'll see. It looks cool. Really looking forward to it. But that's awesome. If you're looking for overly polished stuff, though, we do have an announcement out of GoHands. Yes, the GoHands official account opened up a new website and revealed a new original anime, Momentary Lily. And they released a PV for it, and the PV is full of your usual GoHands CGI establishment shots, but additionally, another girl that has way too much hair that is just sprawling out like Medusa, because that's what GoHands does. They just put so much effort into established CGI shots and hair. Cool stuff there. Like I said, they released a teaser visual and a video, so check that out. For our next bit, HappyNet revealed a promo video for Acro Trip anime announcing an October premiere. So this is, of course, the one that is it's like gushing over magical girls, but I think it's less like thirsty. The premise itself actually sounds really funny. It's the idea of, yes, there's a magical girl, there's a bad guy, and then there's a girl that is obsessed with the magical girl. The problem is that nobody cares what the magical girl's doing because it seems like the villain sucks at what he does. So it's that whole aspect of like nobody is threatened by the villain, so the magical girl defeating the villain, it doesn't even hit news. So I think it's all about this girl that's obsessed with the magical girl, like helping the villain do bad. So I think that'll be a really funny thing to get into. And like I said, very much so what I loved about Gushing Over Magical Girls was about, you know, the building of the villain and everything like that. But it was a twist on the magical girl. I think this can kind of do a similar thing, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. Our next bit, Kadokawa has announced a ninja and an assassin living together manga will get an anime. It is going to be adapted by Studio Shaft, so I guess along with the Monogatari series, Shaft's going to be doing that, so hopefully they don't overdo themselves. Hopefully the focus is still on Monogatari series, but we'll see. But yeah, they got a new visual for it. The comedy manga centers around Satoko, a naive Konoichi, and Konoha, a high school assassin. Satoko escapes from a ninja village, meets Konoha, and start living together a life full of danger and excitement. So definitely looking forward to that one. Like I said, it seems like Shaft is hopefully coming back. Hopefully they don't stumble again. I haven't really liked them for quite a while now since they kind of got away from Monogatari and stuff like that and started just doing like mobile game stuff and everything. So hopefully this is a nice return for them. Our next bit, former MAPPA director and producer Makoto Kimura has announced an establishment of Blue Rights. This is an anime planning company that will produce TV and theatrical anime, as well as manga, novel, music, MVs, events, and other products. He established the company in response to the increased fan base and demand for anime globally. So this is just another production company that is continuing to grow and grow the anime industry to the point where I suspect we're gonna have a bubble soon. So, and I think that's really just around the idea that there's so much emphasis on just turning out anime, as much anime as possible, and getting those licenses overseas and making all that money globally. And I think it's odd that we have a former MAPPA director and producer going out and building a new company in the wake of literally like the CEO of MAPPA itself says that they don't like the idea of relying on those global sources. They wanted to sell Chainsaw Man Blu-rays because they wanted the local domestic fans to support the anime rather than rely on streaming services and stuff overseas. So it's kind of an opposite there. But again, I do kind of fear so many companies being built around the idea of selling licenses and animating stuff out into the global market, when eventually those companies, especially like Crunchyroll, are going to eventually stop buying all this stuff. They're going to start getting picky because just think about it. If you have this many fans that are subscribed to Crunchyroll, and that thus gives them this much money per month to Crunchyroll, they only have literally limited to that amount of money to make records or to make profits to license anime. So if the amount of anime increases to the point where it's costing too much, they're going to stop buying it all. And I think that's something that we're going to eventually run into. But for now, again, hopefully, I guess the obvious joke here is hopefully he treats his employees better. But we'll see. Or at least whoever he works with. It's not technically a anime. It's a anime planning company. So it's not technically a studio. And finally, the last bit of news, and it's kind of a no news, but I have to mention it because people are flipping out about it. But yes, the reports are coming out that No Game No Life complete Blu-ray box set has sold in Japan in its first week 737 copies. Now, I see this stuff on a weekly basis. I can make videos on this on a regular basis. This whole idea that people go, oh my gosh, No Game No Life sold 737, that's a measly amount because unless it sells 20,000, it never gets another season. It's an old mentality around the idea that the anime industry used to make a lot out of selling Blu-rays and DVDs. That's not the case anymore. It hasn't been the case for, I would argue, probably over 10 years at least, that the anime industry just does not care about Blu-ray sales anymore. Yes, it's a bonus, and yes, they're going to bank on it because it doesn't cost that much for them to make it, and if they sell a Blu-ray, which, like with this one, it's $170, if they sell that, it does make them a lot of money. But you have to look at the overall anime industry, and Blu-ray and DVDs is merely a 1% of that market. They want overseas distribution. They want ticket sales. They want merchandise. They want figures. They want, manga and light novels. That's what they're looking at for making money and what will tell them if they want another season. This is a nice sign that they're willing to release a box set, because most people have already bought the previous Blu-rays. And so they're reselling it and people are buying it again. So it at least shows that. 737 for a re-release is pretty good if you think about it. But still, it is one of those things of like, don't take this as a sign of if or not it will have another season. Because that's not what they're looking at. When they release this box set, they're not going, well, if it sells 1,000, I guess we'll make another season. No, it's going to be for some other reason that they're actually going to do another season. So just take it with a grain of salt. I would actually say, like I said, me looking at this, I would see this as a big win for them because, again, they nearly sold 1,000. They'll probably end up selling 1,000 over the coming weeks because there's a drop-off. But they will end up probably selling 1,000, and that's really good for just literally a reprint. It's literally a reprint in a new box. So that's actually really good. But Anyhow, and yes, it's technically in the wake of here recently, Japan Video Software Association announcing another drop of 88% of sales in home video releases. Again, unfortunately in Japan, home video is a dying market. Hopefully that doesn't happen over here because I love having physical goods and being able to own my anime. But it at least shows in Japan it's something that's just dying away. So don't, like, you see Solo Levelings didn't sell much. Who cares? Japan doesn't care. Why would you care? Anyhow, that's the news of the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, make sure that like button down below. Comment. Let me know what's the most interesting news of this news bit for you. Additionally, if you're new to the channel, make sure that subscribe button to get my content. I do news reviews, first impressions, top lists. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. Additionally, if you like this content and you want to support the channel more, I have a Patreon link, tips, links, membership button down below. Greatly appreciate if it does. And y'all take care.